Hi guys, today in this video I'm going to be reacting to a video I found called Todd Alquist is television's most accurate psychopath. Now I'm a big Breaking Bad fan and this video came up on my recommended and it really intrigued me. So we're going to watch it and I'm going to give you my opinion if I agree with the video. So yeah.
Most convincing, telling interpretation of a psychopath in modern television. The character first introduced in Season 5's Hazard Pay.
That's interesting. So Todd was only introduced in Season 5. Like, when you think of Breaking Bad, well, when I think of Breaking Bad, he's one of the first characters I think of because he just had such an enormous impact on my psyche after watching the show. I genuinely thought he was just a ruthless psychopath after watching the show. And the fact that he's introduced that late on is insane in itself.
Initially comes across as polite, mild-mannered, and respectful.
True, he does. He comes across as mild-mannered and respectful. So when you first meet this guy, you're like, this is just going to be a quite boring character that's just going to help the guys out, but obviously not.
However, throughout the final season, we are slowly introduced to a horrifying monster, mirrored of course with Jesse's character, to truly highlight the contrast between the two.
True. You know, Jesse and Todd are basically yin and yang. You could make a whole video essay comparing the two characters. They're genuinely so starkly different, and I think that was a deliberate choice from the writers. But
by far the most notable and tragic act that Todd commits is the killing of Drew Sharp, an innocent child who just so happens to be in the desert after the train heist had concluded.
This was hard. I hated watching this scene. This was terrible scene to watch, and it kind of cements Todd as the most horrifying psychopath in television, in my opinion.
Todd saw what he thought was a threat and felt he had to handle things accordingly, thus shooting and ending the child's life. The striking part of this act was not necessarily the content of it, but merely Todd's emotionless, unfazed response to shooting a child.
Exactly, and one of the main telling things of a psychopath, one of the main traits on the DSLR, or whatever you call it, the psychopathy checklist, is a lack of emotion, a lack of remorse, a lack of empathy. And Todd displays it perfectly right here. So
he did not hesitate, and this is a true sign of a psychopath. Psychopaths do not fit empathy.
Fit empathy? I think this guy used AI generated captions on this video, but yeah, let's keep going.
Psychopaths will eradicate anything or anyone in their way of achieving a goal.
That's again extremely true. They will eradicate, they will, steam through anything in their way. If they want something, they will get it, literally no matter what. Like, that is a psychopath. It does not matter who they have to, woo, who they have to charm, who they have to hurt, who they have to love. They will do anything they want until they get what they want, and that's why they're so alien to the rest of us.
An empath, in this case Jesse Pinkman, would never resort to this outcome, especially concerning a child.
Okay, is Jesse Pinkman an empath? I don't think anyone in Breaking Bad's an empath. I think that's a terrible take from this guy here. I do not think Jesse Pinkman's an empath, but I get what he's saying. He's the most empathetic character in the show, I guess. Criminal character in the show. Yeah, kind of.
Psychopathy is largely unnoticed in society, and this is due to psychopaths' excellent ability to be a...
Exactly, psychopaths are a chameleon. Put them in any social environment, put them in any political environment, put them in any work environment, put them in any environment, and they will try and put on their best mask to fit in. And that's what a psychopath does. They're excellent at it, and that's why they go undetected in society, and that's why you wouldn't be able to pick one out in a crowd.
And to blend in. Todd doesn't necessarily have to do this, as he is already part of a criminal organisation, also his family. However, another telling sign of Todd's psychopathy is his polite.
This is a really good video so far. I'm quite impressed with this. He's good analysis.
Nature. This is not a front. In fact, this is how Todd truly is. You can be polite, but you can also be a cold-blooded killer.
That encapsulates a psychopath. You can be polite, but you can also be a cold-blooded killer. Patrick Bateman, you can be a businessman, an investment banker, and you can be a serial killer who chops people up. There you go.
Todd is both. He's willing to learn and is eager to learn from Walt. However, all for personal gain. He's ideally Walt's perfect accomplice in a world where Walter White never met Jesse Pinkman.
That's a deep thought, you know. He'd be Walter White's perfect accomplice in a world where Walter White never met Jesse Pinkman. Never thought about that. That is deep, and yeah, Walt would probably be so much richer than he is with Jesse. Damn.
Todd doesn't exactly express superficial charm and is sometimes quite inept, especially in his...
He's socially inept, and he doesn't express superficial charm, which is one thing that you could argue against him being a psychopath. Yeah.
interactions with businesswoman Lydia Quayle, who doesn't express romantic...
I'd smash, to be fair.
...with Todd, although he may see it otherwise. It is almost concrete that Todd is the most accurately psychopathic character in the show. He commits atrocities with ease, and doesn't show a single shred of guilt or emotion upon doing so.
True.
He's polite, and mild-mannered, and has no emotional range.
Yeah, he doesn't have any emotional range. You never see him get angry, upset. It's just like, boop, like a monitor. Like,
Not once does he get angry, or show any emotions. Even upon waking up and discovering his whole family has just been massacred, Todd just glares out the window and makes...
There you go. There you go. I was talking about Felina in one of the final scenes. Yeah, that's a good
he is in
analogy.
no more danger. An argument, of course, could be made that Todd has grown up in a family full of sadistic, neo-Nazi murderers.
Yeah, and it's sort of guilty by association, or the environment you've grown up in dictates how you are, which is what he's probably about to say.
He has been desensitized to the events that are prevalent in the criminal...
So desensitized. Yeah, exactly. Which is a thing, but then you could also argue that that would kind of make a sociopath or a psychopath. It would make one, rather than, you know,
in the underworld. However, compared to more sociopathic characters like Jack or Tuco, who can fly off the handle at any moment, it really highlights Todd's character, cold and callous. Throughout the show, we are introduced to characters like Tuco and the Salamanca twins, who are impulsive, insane, and explosive. However, not psychopathic. Being a product of the Salamancas is enough to turn anyone into a raging sociopath. Todd is your average, polite American kid trying to get by, devoid of moral compass and awareness.
Devoid of moral compass and awareness. So true. So true.
This is what makes him truly dangerous and by far the scariest character in the show. Thank you guys for watching.
That was a good video. That was a really good video. I really enjoyed that video. Shout out to Morewoolie. Yeah, it was a great video. I agree. I think Todd is a ruthless psychopath. I think that he is the most psychopathic character in the show. And I think that this was a really good analysis. So well done to Morewoolie.